This practice uses a small grid with 2 defenders closing down 3 players in possession of a ball. This is a good starting point to show young players the basic techniques of defending play. 2 defenders shut down first one player and then another, using good techniques of body stance, getting their body weight down low, maintaining balance, side on, concentrating fully on the ball, and quick foot movement in order to make play predictable. Patience is important to the defender, so no rash challenges are made, which may encourage the attacking player to play the ball past the defender. So in this drill, the defender does not have to challenge for the ball. Note the body position of the defender, low down, side on, balanced and totally concentrating. The next drill concentrates on interception play, where a defender is restricted to a central line and 4 players attempt to pass from one end of the grid to the other. This drill is quite demanding for the defender in the middle, who is trying to intercept the pass. Quick footwork is required if a successful interception is to be made. The player is encouraged to get into line with the ball as much as possible. Restrict the yellow players to keep the ball on the floor. Also, the yellow player should stay at the back of the grid to give the defender a chance. The drill is progressed to having 2 defenders on the line in a grid twice as wide. In addition to the 4 end players, side players are now introduced. Side players can be used to bounce the ball off, whilst attempting to draw a defending player out of a good defending position and open up space for a through ball. The side players must play the ball back every time. The defenders, in turn, are made to concentrate and avoid the ball being played between them. This is the start of a successful team play. The defenders try and work as a unit. If they slack, it is a fairly simple task for the ball to be played past them. Encourage defending players to stay on their toes and side on if possible, in order to avoid the ball being played through their legs. Again, this drill is quite demanding, and so should only be carried out for short periods with the same 2 defenders, and regular changes should be made to these defending players. We now progress to 3 defending players. The pitch is again wider and more players are introduced, as well as the existing 2 side players. This time 1 defender can leave the line and pressurise the ball. The other 2 must remain on the line whilst moving into good covering positions, so that the ball cannot be played through them. It is important in this practice that the pressurising defender does not follow the ball across the back line. Instead, as the ball is moved across, the three defenders work as a unit to close down the ball and cover each other in a zonal fashion. One attacks the ball and the other two tuck in and cover. As the ball moves across, another defender pressurises the ball, and so on. As you can see here, the forwardmost defender does not get into line quickly enough. That is, his angle of approach is too sharp, and he is unable to shut the ball down. The position of the covering defender is not close enough. The ball can be played through the gap. In a game, this could be a dangerous ball played through the midfield into a centre forward. Here, the three defenders work well as a unit, closing down quickly and stopping any forward play. Eventually, a defender cuts out a pass, completely stopping an attack. If we look closely at the defending player here, he closes down quickly, slowing up for the final few strides. His body position is good. He is balanced, side-on and concentrating, and his body shape is dictating the way the ball will be played. Here, the second defender cannot intercept or make a challenge, but he slows down well, putting enough pressure on the attacker to stop forward play. Good defensive team play and communication is thus encouraged, and the defenders can even start to dictate the direction of play. We now end the progression with a team-related practice on an area approximately the size of 2 penalty areas back to back, and look at defending in the final third. Further defensive players are now introduced. In this practice, we show 3 defenders and 2 midfield players, but the lineup can reflect your own team formation, or even simply work on individuals or parts of your defence. Tactics can also be worked on in this development. Which way do you wish to force play, inside or outside? Players are encouraged to keep the ball in front of them. Wide players play the ball back only. Defenders constantly take up good positions as the ball is moving. This simple progressive drill can be used to highlight the defensive duties of your team and encourage players to follow the team strategies by correct tactical and technical awareness, with the emphasis on good team shape, support and communication. So team players are again encouraged, even though your team is not in possession of the ball. If the ball is played beyond the midfield 2, can they turn back and still win possession as the play is held up by the defending 3 players? Let's look at that point again. Here, the ball is played past the front orange player, who does not switch off, but turns and pressurises the yellow, who is being held up well by an orange defender. The attacking yellow has no choice but to play the ball back into his supporting players. This is good team defending play. If the ball is won, the defending team must find a blue server with a controlled pass. Defending players can imagine that they are connected by a rope, maintaining distances between each other. The position of covering and supporting players is important for success. Defenders also try and force the attacking players to get their heads down, and so not be aware of good passing options. This miss a man routine uses 2 lines of 4 players interpassing the ball before taking a shot at goal. Any number of players can be used in these lines. The routine can be used as part of a pre-match warm-up without the shooting, playing a 1-2 with end players. In this drill, we finish with a shot on goal after the ball is successfully played from one end to another. Team play and set-up play is encouraged, with players again encouraged to play on the half turn. 2 sets of teams can play into the same goal, as in our example, or use alternative goals if 2 goalkeepers and goals are available. In this practice, the ball is kept moving. As well as good shooting technique, the passing and setup should be of good quality.